In the middle of the 1800s, things were right tough in the old world of Europe. Most of the land was owned and controlled by the aristocracy. That meant few opportunities for the common folk. But in America, you could make a name for yourself instead of having to inherit the right one. Whole German communities picked up and resettled in the Midwest, lock, stock, and barrel. Sometimes you could barely tell you weren't back in the old country.
All right then. Let's find out what our goals are for this mission. Oh, and hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Railroad Tycoon 3. Right, all these settlers have brought their dreams of a better life in a free place. However, nothing is free, and they will have to work hard. So will you. These towns are growing fast, and they're going to need supplies and transportation if they're going to succeed. You're just the tycoon they're looking for. Bronze connects St. Louis to Cleveland and have a company book value of $10 million by the end of 1880. Silver connects St. Louis to Cleveland, which is, okay, that's the basic goal, plus a company book value of $25 million and earn at least $5 million from industry profits. Gold, it's, connects St. Louis to Cleveland, have a company book value of at least $40 million and earn at least $10 million from industry profits. Alright, so let's... Alright, so Cleveland, Ohio, it's around here somewhere. Okay, so we're going there, and it's St. Louis, Missouri, which I think is... Little Rock is Arkansas, Memphis, Tennessee, so it's up around here. Aha! So basically, we need to go through here. It doesn't look great. Location-wise, I think maybe Cleveland, Akron might be the one where we go. But there's a lot going on in the around the rivers. Might be worth maybe Jefferson to St. Louis. To pick up stuff that's travelling along the river. Don't know. I mean, we're going to have to make this connection, St. Louis to Cleveland, at some point. It's whether we go St. Louis to Jefferson and just try and cut out the river. We'll go straight up to Springfield. There's a lot of things kind of moving around here, so it might be worth maybe going to Springfield and sucking some of the stuff up. Okay, ooh, what's over here? Grain. So, grain. Yeah, he's wanted in St. Louis, so that might be a thing to do. Know where there's a particularly good price for it, though, is the problem. I mean, we could, when we start it, we should be starting a new company, shouldn't we? Right, so... I don't know, we'll go with the M&M. Not sure what that's going to stand for. Missouri and... I don't know the states around here, it's just a problem. We'll call it the M&O. The M&O. Right, there we go. Which is Missouri and Ohio. We'll just go with the star, because I can't think of what else to do. Ooh! Before your dreams of starting a railway out in the Midwest, you've done a little investing. On the eve of your company debut, you hear that the investment has paid off. Which is it? Which one is it? We get a 222 Firefly. That's quite good. Just load more money, 10%. Yeah, okay, cheaper trains or stations are cheaper. We're going to have to go down the route of... I think we'll import the Firefly, I think. That's the thing, is I know that's immediate. These two are both immediate payoffs. That one's kind of medium term, and I think that one's slightly more long term. It depends how long it's going to take us to get all this stuff working, I think. We're thinking... we might start the industry early, which means getting a load of money is probably quite a good idea. We'll go with the money. Yep, M&O to lay track in Midwest. The US government has given M&O a $500,000 grant. Oh. What have we got here? We've got a warehouse. It's not... meat packing. Alright, okay, textiles. You want cotton, which isn't getting produced anywhere. It's just getting kind of munched everywhere. Sheep. So actually, if we buy this, which is almost all our money, and then build a route down to Cape Girardeau. I don't know how Americans would pronounce it. I'm guessing they do similar things to what us here over in England do with French-sounding names if we anglicise them. But I mean, if we build a route round and into here, Cape Girardeau, we can ship the wool in, which will give us a bit more money, and keep this one going. We'll buy that, I think. That leaves us with very little money. So I think we're probably going to be sitting around doing nothing. So we could probably just start building the route out. Yeah, I think we will. Company doesn't have enough money. Right. Could issue stock. What can we get that? 11. Not something I'm fond of. I'll only get 62. Hardly enough to actually get us anywhere. Oh, you're making a slight profit. We'll just fast forward until we get more money. But I think we'll still have to slowly work our way down. Yeah, I probably should have... I think maybe if I'd started a route first, that might have been better, but... We'll play for a little bit, see how well we can do with this. It might just be we wait a year or two to build this route before working on the Cleveland, Ohio. Because, I mean, if we view... That's not useful, the book value. Okay, right, so let's... Briefing. We want a book value, so... Oh, it says it here, right. Okay, and it's filling us in on stuff. Industry profit to date is 142. Yes, because we're working in thousands. I think if we... Okay, whatever. So if you stop now, we'll get 71,000. Let's see how much we need. Yeah, that might actually work. So getting the 71,000. So I'm buying shares just to bolster the prices, so I can do that. Because I think you can do it twice. And if we get to Cape Girardeau, again, I will be giving this different pronunciations. That means we'll be starting a little run. And we can build it. We can kind of probably ship passengers around, maybe. Passengers, not helpful. But there's a lot of stuff getting shipped. Probably not just wool. Yeah, other stuff which will be a profitable route, I think. I don't think there's going to be much running down from St. Louis, but it is St. Louis, isn't it? Or is it St. Louis? I think it's St. Louis. I think I want to say St. Louis because that's the French pronunciation, but I think it's slightly anglicised with St. Louis. Kind of similar. We have Marquis rather than Marquis as one of our titles. Yeah, we ain't got enough for that. Ooh, but we've increased our... because we've been making the industry profit. Yeah, it might be a work... change the dividend. We'll drop it. We'll halve it at the moment. Yeah, we're making... our profits are low. Oh, right. Oh, that's because that's the yearly profit so far. So... yeah, so we made 250, and that's without having a decent ship. And I'm guessing... oh, no, that's not... this is NAS. We're down here. Yeah, we're down here. So... yeah, we made about 250. And we can only do 4. So how much is it upgrade? Ouch. 715,000. I mean, I think that'd be a long term. We've connected up and we're just waiting for the industry profits to tick up. As I said, by the way, in my introductory video, I'm counting this mission as a success if I get a medal. It doesn't necessarily have to be gold. This route that we're working on, down to Cape Girardeau, is to help the industry profit. It's not really going to help us get the connection to Cleveland, which is maybe something I should be thinking about. Can I do this? I can do this. That's probably what we kind of want. Actually, I should probably be sheep farm. You're a dairy farm. Do you produce milk, don't you? Sheep. Oh, and they are better if they're supplied with corn, which I'm assuming this one would be. Yeah. It's probably not overly useful to try doing that. So yep, I think we'll go back to very fast, just waiting for money to tick up while we connect these up. We want our credit rating to increase so that we're not spending that much. And we can't do that. And we can go through the US or to Canada, but going into Canada is leaping through Detroit, London, Collingwood, which is kind of out of our way. There's a few kind of private railways up around here, which doesn't seem to be particularly useful for our purposes. So I think, contrary to what happened in the last one, where I went out and bought them just because I could, I'm probably going to avoid doing so here, just because I don't think they'd be too valuable to us. Oh, they're actually growing this time though. Okay, they're not as pleased. They've cut our pay. Company book value is 2 million now. Industry profit is 400,000. Okay, we need to get into the millions. Right. Yeah, I think they're actually. This one seems to be building now. Actually, that might be worrisome. And they're actually competing. What madness is this? Distillery in Charlotte. Oh, no, gone past it. That's only 200,000. It's pretty green. That's a nice green route. 10%. Do I want to be paying that? Can I pay? Well, that would mean we can build a route here as well. That we could start a route, put the maintenance in, and everything. So that could be a good idea. All of these, again, they're dropping in share value. We've been dropping in share value as well, actually. That's very steadily. These guys have been plummeting. I'm not sure why they do that. What difficulty am I on? I'm sure I think I'm on normal difficulty, so it's... You'd assume that it's not that. We could issue a bit more stock. Yep, we will. That allows us to build this connection. There we go. Medium stations, probably enough. Actually, no, it looks like a large station is what we're going to need. I might actually... Ooh! A study has shown that railways could decrease delay stations by as much as 20% if they had full-time cable operators. The cost to you is 20% more in station maintenance. Currently, we don't actually have any stations, so it's not going to cost us anything. But it's going to speed up things by 20% for 20% more. As we're going along, we're probably going to have a lot of stations, so it might be worth it. At the moment, it's not, because there's only so much sheep we can have in our textile factory. Yeah, let's do it, though. Okay, yes, they're getting annoyed because we're still not doing anything. Probably because I keep issuing stock. We'll take the 9% because I think otherwise it's going to take forever for us to actually get anywhere with this. So we'll get down here. I don't think we want a large in the Cape. That doesn't get all the houses, does it? But I think, no, I think, are these just houses? Economy growing. Wonderful. Ooh, slow down so I can think what I'm doing. A bakery, so we definitely want to include that. So if these are just houses, I don't think it's overly important to have them actually connected. So we'll build a small. We'll build a maintenance up here, just in case we want to branch off towards Jefferson City, which was kind of one of my early thoughts. And we'll put one there. We'll put one on each corner. Put one there, actually. And then we'll build we'll get a train. That's got lower maintenance. It's not great for passengers, but we're not too fussed about passengers. I'm assuming it's going to be primarily... Oh, it's primarily meat down. Ah, we've got the meat packing plant, and I'm guessing coming back, it's going to be more along the lines of the wool that we want. So we've got 130k now. So we're going to have to think about heading up this way, aren't we? Right, I'm now thinking about... probably want to go Cleveland, Akron, Columbus. Just thinking about my route. Cincinnati, and then you hit the river. So we're gonna have to cross the river. I think maybe to Louisville. So actually, it might be an idea to go from the Cape to Paducah, then cross the Bowling Green. Maybe no. Actually, maybe from St. Louis to Mount Vernon, Evansville, Louisville, Cincinnati, Columbus, Akron, Cleveland. That might be a better idea. Well, we'll see what happens. Is there a way to see where this is? Yeah, I'm sure there's a button for... Oh, shift click. What was it? Shift click. Whee! Because we're not exactly going to be doing much else at the moment. I'm going to see if we get the wool shipping back. Still, that's... I mean, I think what happens is basically everybody's got kind of almost random price levels. And so as soon as you... So that your first few are really massive differences. So you get quite large profits, but as it goes on, the prices start to kind of level off between the two stations that you've connected, and so after a few, it's going to be the price. I think the profit will probably drop quite a bit. So what are we taking back? I'm guessing we'll be taking some wool back. If they've managed to get back up here, or connect back. Yeah, we've got 350, so we're going to have to be thinking about where we're going to build to next. Come on. I paid 20%, I'm paying 20% extra for speeding up to slowing down the delay. So coal, grain. Okay, actually. Even though there's a bakery down here, there's grains actually... Oh dear, the price is practically nothing. Ah! Demands grain here. Now, how much are we making here? About 200 a year, still on course for that.